Hi everyone, welcome to RLVP Creations. You are go to the channel for learning Python coding in an easy and beginner friendly way. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. First, we want to know what is Python. Introduction about the Python. The Python programming language takes its name from Monty Python's Flying Circus television comedy sketch series. Even if you may only think of the python as a huge snake. A Dutch programmer named Guido van Rossum has created Python in the late 1980s. In December 1989, Guido van Rossum began as developing Python, and in February 1991, Python 0.9.0 is the first official version was made available. Now the current version of Python is 3.12, which was released on October 2, 2023. According to the Flying Circus, that means Monty Python's Flying Circus is a comedy series written in English language. The series is broadcast on the BBC in the 1970s. This is the introduction about the Python and the key benefits and applications of the Python. Why I am not discussing about the key features and data types, list, tuples. Now we are learning the coding practice sessions. This is the coding practice sessions. That's why I will discuss in later. Now we will discuss the key benefits and applications of the Python. The major applications are the benefits of the Python is easy to build the software, websites and the data analysis tools. Python is known as for being easy to learn and use. It's compatible with many different platforms. And when compared to syntax, the Python is having less syntax when compared to other programming languages. For example, C and Java having more syntaxes when compared to Python. Here, the dynamic typing. According to the dynamic typing in Python is a feature that determines a variable type during a runtime rather than when the program is compiled. That means the programmers do not need to explicitly declare the type of a variable before using it. For example, I want to take an integer variable. I don't want to mention the data type as an int a equal to something. For example, int a equal to 10. I don't want to mention the data type as int in Python. I write only a equal to 10. That is the meaning of dynamic typing. According to modules and packages, which makes it easy to reuse code and create a modular programmers, it is a more advantages in Python. And standard library, Python has a large standard library that contains reusable code for many tasks. For example, once we will write a code for particular topic, we can reuse the code of the code in another program which is related to this program. This is the meaning of the standard library. Next, how to solve the coding questions in Python. This is the starting and simple programs in Python. First one is swapping into two numbers. Now I take the platform as Genie Now I will solve the Python coding questions in Genin. We can solve any platform. For example, Genin, PyCharm, and IDE Integrated Development Environment. We can solve any platform to solve the Python questions. First, I want to take a file and I want to save that file in downloads, which is easy purpose only. I saved the file name in downloads. First one is new dot py. Py is a extension of the Python. That's why I want to specify dot py. The name is new and press enter. Yes, here is the created new file. The name is which is existed in C and user folder in downloads. The new file is existed. Now the first question is swapping two numbers. Now I want to take n is a variable. Here it will be shown variables n is a 1. That means n is having 1, which is the first variable, and I want to specify the data type int. I want to take user inputs, that's why I want to put here input and enter. And I want to swap the values. That means swapping means the two variables is having. I want to swap each and every variable in another to store it. X int input s. Now I want to swap n value and s value. N value is applicable for storing as s value. S value can store n value. I want to take extra variable, another variable as temp equal to n, and n value can store s value, and finally s value can store temp value. Now I want to print n value and print s value. Now I want to run. If it's not visible means now it's visible. I think so. Here in the compile the execution, here we will show the compilation is finished successfully. That means no errors is there. And second one is also another compilation. Here in this shows the results. I want to take as user inputs n is 10 and s is having another variable, for example 89. Here in the swapping the variables, that means n is having 89 and s is having 10. Okay, I will write in meaningful way. And contains separated by comma. There is no errors. the n values contains 98, the s values contain 10. Before that, the n value is having 10. N can store the value is 10, s having 98 before swapping. After the swapping, the n value is 98 and the s value is 10. Here the temporary variable, another variable I take temp. Here it can be displayed on the variables in how many times we are using. Here the n is a variable, s is a variable, and temp is a new variable. Once we click here, it can be shows where the variables is presented there. This is the output. Okay. Here, one of the advantages is dynamic typing in Python without mentioning the variable name, that means data type name. Also we can display the output. Here I take 10. I want to run view the current file. Now I want to close it. Again I will run. Compilation finished successfully. Yes, it directly gives the output. The n values contains 10 and the s values contains 90. Here we don't want to take user inputs. It is a fixed values having to store into the variables. Whatever the fixed values we are assigned into the variables, that only gives, at that point is swapping the variables and give the results. Whether we want to take our user values, means we will type int, that means the variable is having or containing integer type values. As the input was given by or through integer, our user can give the input. Here also int. Okay, I think you may understand now. Yes, this is the first program, swapping two numbers, and another program checking whether a number is even or not. Here I am using multiple comments. In Python, comments are three types. First one is single line comments. The single line comments is having hash sign, and multiple line comments is having triple single quotes starting and triple single quotes at end. And in another way we can write as a multiple line comments, double quotations triple and end with double quotations at 3 times. This is the comments, single line comments and multiple line comments. Okay, now we don't want to discuss about that. And checking whether the number is even or not. Here I take an previous variable as an integer and I want to take a condition whether the number modulo 2 is double equal 0 if the n is having which is divisible by 2, the remainder is having 0, which prints even. Otherwise it's print odd. Now we want to learn what is the operator, what is the difference of operator slash and this. Whether we are applying slash means it gives quotients. Whether we have to take modulo means it reflects the remainder. Whether the remainder is having 0 when divisible by 2 a number, it is an even, otherwise it displays odd. Now we will run the code. Yes, compilation finished successfully, and yes, now we will check it. 76 even. 76 is an even number. Now I want to check another number. Is 97. 97 is an odd number. Now we will see here the difference of slash and modulo. I think you may have understand now what is the difference of slash and modulo operator. We will discuss in operators in another session. Here the third question is checking if a year is a leap year or not. First we want to understand the question. I want to delete this. If the year is the year means the year is leap year means which can be divisible by 4. The year can be divisible by 4. The remainder is having 0. At the same time, before 1990s, that means before 2000, the year which is divisible by 400, the remainder will be 0. To satisfy the both condition, and another condition is also having for the mathematical, the year which is divisible by 100 but the remainder is not equal to 0. If satisfies these three conditions, the year is leap year. Now I want to write the condition. Now if is a condition, if n mod 4 is double equal to 0, that means whatever the year we are displaying here, for example 1960, I don't know whether the 1960 is a leap year or not. Here 1960 mod 4, whether 1960 is divisible by 4, the remainder is having 0 means it is a leap year. But we want to check another condition also. Now we are using logical AND. In Python we don't want to use this sign. In another language we are using logical AND like these two AND operators. Now in Python we are using AND sign like AND as an English word. N mod 100 is not equal to 0. That means if n mod 4 the remainder is 0, at the same time the year mod 100 is not equal to 0, and this satisfies another condition also, or 400, which is not mandatory, but we want to include that. Yes, print leap year is print not leap year. Now I want to run this. That's a command. Yes, I think we don't do mistake anywhere. Yes, compilation finished successfully. There is no errors. Now I want to close this. Here I want to give 1960. Yes, 1960. 1960 is a leap year, which is exactly divisible by 4. The remainder should be 0, and if 1960 mod 100 is not equal to 0, this condition also satisfied. And finally, whether these two conditions is satisfied, we don't want to check this condition. Why? Because it is having OR. OR means whether one condition is true means the if condition will be executed. This is the operation of OR. This is the operator of OR, one of the advantages. Whether the AND means we are specifying both two conditions here. These two conditions are satisfied. These two conditions are true means true, otherwise false. It can, if true means enter into the if condition and enter into the if block to print the leap year. Otherwise, if this condition is false means it will be checked here, or condition is existed here, it will be checked another condition. If this condition is true means enter into if condition. Otherwise these three conditions are false, else executed not a leap year. Next we want to move next question. Display the sum of the digits of the 3-digit number. Okay, first we want to understand the question. Sum of the digits of the number. For example, I will initialize a variable as n is equal to int input for taking user input, and I will take a condition which is while. Why I am taking as a while I will explain now. Here n. I want to take the n value is 1 2 3. The number is 1 2 3. What is question means the sum of the digits of the number. That means here is the number, here is the ones place, 3 is the ones place, tens place, hundreds place. That means our answer should be added with 3 plus 2 plus 1. That means repeatedly it will be checked. Once 3, after 2, after 1. These positions values we want to add. That's why I take while loop. Okay, I want to take another variable n, whether I want to take this last element 3. For taking the last element I use n mod. Mod means you want to know modulo. That means which is it reflects and reminder. Here n mod 10 means here is the ones place, tens place, hundreds place. It will be take or is taking 3 value. 3 value. Next I want to add the number. That's why I want to having another variable, the sum. I want to take another variable as the sum, where the sum is equal to 0. Initially the sum value is 0. I want to add sum of the digits. That means sum plus here r value. I want to add with r value. R means it's having 3. After adding the sum value, now sum value is 3. First we want to check whether it will be having correct execution of the code or not. Now I want to execute. Yes, compilation finished successfully. I wanted to 1 2 3. Yes, there is no print value. Okay, n mod 10. Now I take n double 10. Here is the value as 6. Now here we are use another new operator. The operator is exponential division. That means whether we are using, if we use this division means it's displaying something in decimal values. Like 9.5 or 9.89 something. It's now we want to correct value. We no need to take as a decimal value. Now we are using exponential division operator. It does not reflect, as it does not shows the decimal point values. That's why I'm here using exponential division. Now I think you are understand. Whether I will explain again also. Here I take another variable, another number, sorry, 1 2, yes, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. Our answer is right. Okay, I will explain now. First, we want to understand the question. Sum of the digits of the number. The number is taking as a variable as int n. Int is the data type. Input is then taken from the user in if any value. That's why I take as an input. Next, I want to store the value into the sum variable. Initially the sum variable is containing 0. Now I want to check repeatedly whatever the having the number of digits in a number. I want to repeatedly check and add the values. Now that's why I took while loop. Here the n value is greater than of 0 if r equal to n mod 10. If whatever the value we are taking here, for example, I take 1 2 3. 1 2 3 is the number. I want to use n mod 10. That means 3 is assigned to r variable. That now n value is having 1 2 3, and modulo 10 means it will be take only 3. Here the value is 3. After sum, the value is having 3. After here, n equal to n exponential division of 10. Exponential division of 10. The n value is containing 12. Whether after checking the condition, the value will be repeated. The now n value is 12. 12 is greater than 0. This condition is true. And here I n mod 10 means I take 2. Here already the sum value is 3. Now we want to add r. Now r value is 2. Sum value is added with 2. And again check the condition. N equal to n will be replaced to 1. Will be check the condition. 1 is 0. Condition is true. Now r value is 1. Now before this sum value is 5 added with 1. Now n value is 0. 0 is then 0. Condition is false. Now the loop does not executed. The loop out of the loop, the sum will be displayed on the screen. Now I want to execute this code again. Any bigger number also need to receive. Yes, 15, 20, 30, 33. Yes, the answer is right. I think you may understand now this question. You can solve any other question also in this format. Now I will give you one question for home task, that is counting the number of digits in a number. I will explain the questions. You will do and comment in the chat box. counting the number of digits in a number. For example, I will take a number is having 98765. Your output should be, output will display 1 2 3 4 5 6. Input is any number which was taken by user, and output is displaying counting the number of digits in a number. I think you may understand in briefly. If you solve this question, please comment in the description or chat box. I will check. Okay, thank you. You may like this video, means like, share and subscribe for more beginning friendly Python tutorials, and try solving these problems on your own and comment below your solution. Thank you.